Hi, I'm Dr. Jennifer Roos. I'm one of the instructors here in the Department of Physical Therapy at Fresno State. I'm also the graduate program coordinator. And I just want to say thank you for taking time to learn a little more about our program in our university. I wanted to share a course that I teach in the third year of the DPT program. This is a designated service learning course. It was actually the first doctoral program designated service learning course within the history of the CSU system. This course is a community wellness project, and the goal of this project is to expand the students' knowledge of wellness and prevention, but also build leadership skills while providing service. Here are a few of our projects from this past fall semester. Although virtual, some of our students were able to complete their service learning projects in a manner that included some face-to-face with social distancing guidelines in mind, as well as some that were completely virtual. I hope you enjoy. Thanks so much.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Mamie Takeda.
My name is Nicole Spink.
And my name is Rachel Christensen. We are third year physical therapy students in the Fresno State Physical Therapy Program. And this 565S service learning course is designed to give students a collaborative learning experience in a variety of community-based wellness programs across the lifespan. For our group, we had the opportunity to work with community regional medical centers, spinal cord injury support group. And this was based out of Leon S. Peters, and it was in Fresno, California.
The mission of the support group was to provide encouragement, support, education, and social opportunities for anyone affected with spinal cord injuries. And the purpose of this community outreach project was to provide Facebook site administrator, a physical therapist with resources regarding frequently requested topics, such as caregiver information and resources, mental health resources, employment, and inspirational quotes.
So in physical therapy school, we learn to use the WHO ICF model, which aims to take in various aspects of people's with disabilities or injuries lives, including body function, activities, participations, environmental factors, and personal factors. Oftentimes we are looking at the body function and getting patients back to their prior level activities, but it's also important that we focus on other factors that can really influence their lives, such as participation and getting back into working, environmental factors like finding caregivers and support, as well as personal factors, including coping with things like anxiety and depression. And all this is really important to keep in mind to really enhance our patients' quality of life.
So in our past 3 years in the PT program, we learned a lot about different conditions such as spinal cord injuries. And I'm sure that as you guys all go through your 3 years, that you'll learn a lot of new diseases and conditions that you weren't aware of before. But this project was really inspiring and eye-opening for us because we got to interact with a physical therapist who again told us that she gets questions every day on where can I find employment after I get discharged from the hospital, where can I find more information and resources? And it was eye-opening because we got to know that we are working with the whole person and we can be very skilled after we get out of PT school, but we have to strive each and every day to seek out more information and how we can best serve the clients and patients that we get the opportunity to work with.
Hi, my name is Karina Engo, and I'm a third year PT student at Fresno State.
Hi, my name's Josie. I'm a third year PT student also at Fresno State.
Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I'm a third year PT student at Fresno State.
And our community service learning project was focused on providing videos promoting health and wellness in the student population, especially with distance learning given the circumstances of this year. So our project basically was wrapped around videos that were focusing on ergonomics, physical activity, and mental health for this student population, because we know that distance learning is very different, especially when you don't have the same classroom setup that you're typically used to. And we partnered with the school's principal, Julie Schaefer, to assess the students' and parents' needs, specifically with regards to what access they have to nutrition resources, as well as other resources to keep up with their physical health, as well as their mental health. And our videos focused on providing and working with the things that the students already had at home. So whether they had a desk or if they didn't have a desk set up, we made videos to help them figure out different ways to sit on the floor to still maintain their posture and make sure that we're not straining their eyes as much because we know that they're staring at a screen all day to learn. So that was mainly the focus of our project, to make sure that they still had an optimal school year given circumstances.
So for our project highlight, it was a great opportunity working with this population. It's very unique. We haven't had experience working in ergonomics for elementary students before, and it's also like a really unique time being in COVID. We don't know if they're going to return to school or continue with the distance learning. We're teaching them these kind of lifelong skills that should maintain proper posture to prevent injuries.
Overall, for this community outreach project, we really enjoyed working with the school staff and as a team of us three to ensure that we established fun and creative and educational videos that address the needs of the students and their peers. Our videos, again, targeted social health, ergonomics, and physical activity to ensure that everybody in the school community can remain healthy, especially during COVID. And overall, we are very grateful for the partnership between Fresno State and Harvest Elementary School, and we hope this partnership does continue in the future. We also hope that the families, students, and staff will find our videos helpful. And in the future, we would like to see some more interdisciplinary collaborations between Fresno State's physical therapy program and the local school districts in both Fresno and Clovis.
Hi, I'm Dr. Monica Rivera. Thank you for coming to our campus today for our visitation day, and I'm hoping you're enjoying the first part of the videos and meeting with our students. This part is going to go over two students' final project. We call it our oral project, where you'll either pick a evidence-based project, a research project, or a case study. These two students are going to show you their evidence-based project, which is a review of a question they've developed and doing something called a meta-analysis and a systematic review. Though you may not understand all of it, at least we wanted to show you the possibility of what you will do if you enter into our program. So enjoy these two clips and have a great rest of the day. Thanks very much.
Hello, my name is Elijah. I'm a third-year DPT student here at Fresno State. The following is an overview of my evidence-based doctoral defense project, where I'll highlight a few of the key components important for a successful project. My project is a meta-analysis examining the EMG activity of paraspinal muscles during common rehabilitative exercises in individuals with nonspecific chronic low back pain compared to healthy controls. So this brings us to my research topic. In reference to my PICO statement, my population consists of those aged 20 to 60-year-olds with nonspecific chronic low back pain. The interventions I will be examining are shoulder flexion-based movements, quadruped alternating arm and leg raise, and a supine bridge movement. My comparison group consists of healthy individuals performing the same above-mentioned interventions, and my outcome measure will be using surface electromyography measured using a maximum voluntary isometric contraction percentage. So the purpose of my study was to determine if differences exist in paraspinal muscle activity between nonspecific chronic low back pain and healthy individuals. So now let's take look at an example of my results section. Here's an example of one of my forest plots, which details paraspinal muscle activity during shoulder flexion-based movements. Studies positioned on the right half of the chart favor increased muscle activity of the nonspecific chronic low back pain group, whereas studies positioned on the left side of the chart favor decreased muscle activity of the nonspecific chronic low back pain group compared to healthy individuals. 3 study pairings, as we can see here, favor increased muscle activity of the low back pain group, whereas 1 study, Marshall, favors decreased muscle activity of the nonspecific chronic low back pain group. There is a small grand effect size of 0.13, which slightly favors increased muscle activity of the low back pain group compared to healthy individuals. And then as we can see here, the confidence interval of the grand effect size does cross the null line, meaning that there is no statistical significance to these results. Now we will move into the discussion section where I will give you an overview of the contributing factors to heterogeneity and further explain the results seen, what they mean, and the clinical implications for physical therapists. As mentioned in the results section, there were large Q and I² values signifying the presence of heterogeneity. Traditionally, metas are heterogeneous due to the differences in sample size and population. However, for discussion purposes, I will be focusing on the differences in methodologies, specifically as it pertains to the EMG normalization processes used across studies and the differences in electrode placements. So the heterogeneous results of this meta are actually supported across literature, as this area of research does not have clear and defined results. As you can see pictured on the slide, 3 studies concluded the low back pain group had increased muscle activity compared to healthy individuals, and 1 study concluded the low back pain group had decreased muscle activity. Also, you can see that the exercises and activities used to analyze the muscle activity in these studies differ substantially. This is just a small representation of the numerous amounts of literature related to this topic. And so what this meta-analysis and studies throughout literature tell us is that there are differences in muscle activity. However, the differences cannot be generalized to a specific group, or that the differences or changes in muscle activity cannot be associated with one group over the other. In conclusion, based on this meta, there are no significant differences in paraspinal muscle activity during common rehabilitative exercises between non-specific chronic low back pain and healthy individuals. Vast differences in methodologies and study design contribute to the heterogeneity between the studies, resulting in no significant differences. And then looking at muscle activity may be beneficial for guiding future treatment, but a standardized methodology and uniformity of interventions is needed for adequate comparison. Ultimately, this is an important topic to analyze because of the prevalence and high recurrence rates of low back pain. So investigation of possible causation factors and underlying mechanisms does warrant continued investigation despite the preliminary results of this meta-analysis. Thank you for listening, and I hope this helps provide an overview and a summary of what the Doctoral Defense Project should aim to look like.
Hi everyone, my name is McCall Matthews and I am a 3rd-year student, and I'm going to be taking you quickly through a condensed version of my doctoral project, looking at 2 gait training interventions and their effects on gait function in chronic stroke survivors. So with this slide, my goal was to explain to the listener what the similarities and differences are of VR treadmill training compared to traditional treadmill training and what is in the literature already. So this chart shows what the advantages of VR treadmill training are over traditional treadmill training. So one reason why I chose my topic. And then I explain what VR is and dive a little bit deeper into specific advantages of it. And then I explain why this research is important, which is because there is no current research out there that compares traditional treadmill training to VR treadmill training in chronic stroke survivors. So that's why I'm doing this project. So the purpose of this meta-analysis was to determine the effectiveness of virtual reality treadmill training compared to treadmill training alone on improvements in comfortable gait speed, fast gait speed, and the timed up and go, which are my gait outcome measures. And then on the right is my PICO, which you guys will learn about more when you get to that point. Okay, so now this is one of the results of my project, looking at comfortable gait speed. And this graph here is called the forest plot. So in a meta-analysis, which is what this project is, you take the results from all of the studies that are out there on your topic and generate a forest plot, which plots the results from each study, and then also generates a grand effect size, which is the line on the bottom in the red, which is a combined effect of the results from all of the studies. So for me, from this forest plot, there was a large effect favoring VR treadmill training with a small amount of variability between the studies, which was gathered from the numbers in the graph on the right, which I won't go into detail on. But so all in all, these were good results favoring VR treadmill training. And then with this project, after you do all your results, you will need to come to conclusions and big takeaways and what it means for physical therapists in the future, because that is one of the main reasons for doing research, is to figure out what it means for the field going forward. So the main things that I found were that for comfortable gait speed, VR treadmill training was superior to traditional treadmill training, regardless of setups and intervention protocols. And then a big thing that I also found was that for fast gate speed and the tug, which are more complex tasks than comfortable gate speed, it was important for the speed of the virtual scene and the speed of the treadmill to be matched or congruent. And this is important because currently it doesn't always occur in research or in practice, and there seems to be better results in gait function when these two speeds are matched. So that was a big finding for me. So then my lasting impression was that physical therapists should add VR to traditional treadmill training for optimal results in gait function in chronic stroke survivors. Thanks for listening and good luck on your interviews. Just remember to relax and be yourself. And then here's my email, mccall10@mail.fresnostate.edu. Please feel free to email me with if you guys have any questions about anything. And I'll just leave it up here for a second so you guys can take a picture or write it down. But yeah, good luck.
Hi, my name is Dr. Jennifer Roos. In addition to being an instructor here in the Department of Physical Therapy at Fresno State, I also provide service and support our local district of the California Physical Therapy Association. The San Joaquin Valley District is one of 12 districts that makes up the California Physical Therapy Association, or the CPTA membership. The CPTA is a chapter of the American Physical Therapy Association. And you'll hear from a few of our third-year students who have been liaisons for the past 3 years and what their role includes during their time here within the physical therapy program. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Craig.
And my name is Miko, and we are APTA liaisons for the third year class. So just letting you know of some roles of this duty is act as a liaison between Fresno State and San Joaquin Valley for the California Physical Therapy Association. If there is any scheduling conflicts with APTA functions, you help mitigate that with faculty. You also organize student plans for conference attendance, and you inform the class of political actions on the state and national levels with current physical therapy legislations. And lastly, you provide other information concerning future APTA activities and district meetings. So as you see with the photo, in your second year, you and your class actually attend legislation day, where you get to see and hear about current physical therapy legislation. And also with that, you attend the San Joaquin Valley District meetings. And now Craig will talk to you about some AOR meetings.
So AOR is something that you go to your third year as an APTA liaison. And what that stands for is the Assembly of Representatives. That's a state meeting where each district sends representatives, and kind of they get together and everybody talks about what's happening within the CPTA and the APTA. And then they go on to vote pretty much on the actions that they're going to take the next year as far as the CPTA is concerned. Additionally, you're as the go-between between the CASIG, or the California Student Special Interest Group, and you relay information to your cohort from their monthly newsletter, as well as the business meeting that they have each year at the state conference. So this pretty much sums up our roles as APTA liaisons, and good luck to the rest of you.